What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do a past love reading for the month of October, going into about mid-November. If you're new to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. Okay, so we are just going to jump in and see what's going on with the past person on your mind and see what actions, if any, they will be taking towards you. I also highly recommend going and checking out the new love reading, which will be posted as well. You might find that information beneficial or similar. All right. So this past person is going through some type of conflict in their life right now. So whoever this person is for you, and we'll figure this out as we go. Yeah, they're going through a dark time right now. I feel like they're getting karma. They've been in their devil energy, essentially. And we have the divine masculine here. So let me get a couple more. All right. So we have the calling. So yeah, I feel like this person, contract. Oh boy. And fated destiny. So this person is basically learning, they're learning some lessons right now. Yeah, delays. So essentially, the energy of what I'm getting or what I'm picking up here is this person in your past. It's like they realized that you were their person. With the fated destiny card here and the calling, because this is like your spiritual calling. This is like your purpose in life, your mission and purpose life. Okay. That's what this card is for. However, when they met you, I don't think they were ready. Like they weren't on the same level that you were spiritually. So I think you guys obviously couldn't work for that reason. So what have they been up to since you've not been with this person? Well, they've been up to no good. They've been entertaining their devil, their shadow side, which sometimes, you have to go play with the devil to find out that making love to the devil hurts. That's my own little, that's just my way of saying that you got to go touch the stove and get burned to find out the stove is hot. So they're in conflict with somebody. I feel like they've been with somebody. Could be a karmic relationship, probably a karmic relationship. They've been fighting with this person, fighting with themselves, entertaining their shadow self here. The divine masculine, I feel like this is actually you guys. Like this is you standing more in your strength. Like even if you consider yourself the divine feminine, I mean, like a lot of readers on the YouTubes, they will kind of like idolize one more than the other and like, oh, the divine feminine, she's the one that's like the good guy, and the divine masculine, he's the bad guy. It's like, come on. Either one could be the good guy or the bad guy, right? And they're really, if you really understand true spirituality, there is no good guy, there is no bad guy. But not going to get into all that. Anyways, this person, they knew that they had a calling with you, but they're stuck in some type of contract. This is not like a soul contract, because I have a card in this deck called soul contract. This is like it's almost like they have an obligation with whoever this other party is. Maybe they took money from this person. Maybe they have a child with this person. Maybe, I don't know. There's some type of like legal, physical, legitimate legal situation that they have with this person, and it's got them tied to them temporarily, maybe even long-term. I don't know, but for sure, at least temporarily, they've got their hands full. So let's take a look and see what's going on with this person. Why is the conflict here? What are they conflicted about? What's the real deal with this? Yeah, so they're fighting over money, resources, something to do with money, which exactly what I said about the contract card over here. So this person's obviously been focused more on... You can't make this shit up. Look. 9 of Swords. I'll just stop the reading right now. And give my Guinness Book of World Psychic Records over here to myself. No, I'm just kidding. But the 9 of Swords. This person is literally stressed the F out over money and finances right now. Okay? Like, this is like, they can't even sleep at night. It's that bad. So, they're really having it out with this person. So, if this is like somebody that they left you for, or they chose them over you, or they cheated on you with, or whatever the situation is, right? However the situation is. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they just like, you know, I'm going to go choose this other person instead of you because you freaked me the F out because you're actually spiritually awakened and your energy and your light and your love and all of that is piercing my darkness. And that's a very uncomfortable feeling for me. Well, and so, yeah, see here at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Two of Pentacles here. So all that to say is whoever this person was, I feel like it was like a chocolate covered turd. It's like on the outside, or candy, you get those candy apples, you know, like you get at the fair, whatever they are, the carnivals and the fairs, right? You get the caramel covered candy apple, whatever, right? It looks really good when you get it. And it's like, you start eating it. It's like, tastes pretty good. But when you get into the core, you start getting into like the actual center, what's inside of that. It's really just dog shit. It's poop. It's gross. And that's what this person figured out. It's like, oh man, on the outside, this looked really good, looked really yummy, you know, and what started off seeming like it was really sweet tasting and flavorable, the further into it they went, they realized, oh, this is not bad. I mean, this is not good. This is really bad. But by then they had already committed, right? Like they had got themselves entangled in something with this person where now they're obligated. They have an obligation to whoever this third party is. And they're realizing, you know, I kind of effed up. And so here they are, you know, trying to figure everything out. Like this is them juggling their money, their finances, trying to figure out what to do about this situation they got themselves into. There is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, again, having to do with commitments. A contract is a form of a commitment. So it doesn't have to be your typical type of commitment. You're thinking like, well, a lot of tarot readers will say it's marriage and the card of commitment, blah, 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 blah. While that's true, it's not limited to that. You got the Three of Pentacles. So, you know, again, trying to figure out what to do about this, how to work through this. But also, you know, they're kind of stuck. And here they are, Two of Swords, you know. So why is the shadow self here? What's going on here? This past person. I'm not going to clarify all these cards because there's just no point. We'll check the outcome and get to the meat and potatoes because that's really all that matters, right? Like, yeah. So here we go. We have Justice, Libra energy. So maybe you were dealing with the Libra. It doesn't have to be, but this is karma. This is also, again, having to do with legality. So on one hand, yes, they're getting their karma for what they've done and they're realizing that now, which I said at the beginning of the reading, you know, they had to touch the hot stove to figure out that the hot stove was indeed actually hot. Ironic, right? But this was the Queen of Swords in reverse is karma for being dishonest, right? So this person has been dishonest. They've been unclear. They've been unfaithful, right? They've been a liar or whatever that looks like. And now they're getting their karma for it. So, yeah. And they've been indecisive, right? So they've been so detached from their heart center, their heart chakra for so long. It's almost like they don't even know what it's like to feel anymore. Like they've pushed feelings out and they've blocked themselves. They blocked their heart chakra for so long they've literally desensitized themselves from emotions. And a part of me feels like this person almost views emotions as evil in a sense. It's almost like if I feel something, if I allow myself to feel an emotion, that's the real evil in life, right? Because feelings and emotions are bad, and feelings and emotions will lead you astray, and feelings and emotions will hurt you. And they have a narrative and a story that they've created in regards to feelings and emotions. And so they don't trust their heart. They don't trust feelings. They don't trust emotions. The only problem with that is that the head, when the head is out of balance, the head can be just as deceiving as the heart when the heart is out of balance, right? That's why there's, in spirituality, what's called the three paths, right? You have one pillar, which is typically the black pillar. You have the white pillar, and then you have what's called the middle path, right? And it's a theme that shows up in all spirituality. And in the theme of the middle path is all about having a balance between your head and your heart, between the light and the dark. It's all about finding that balance, right? In harmonizing. You're not too much into your emotions. You're not too much into your head. Well, this person has gone so far off kilter. They've swung all the way over to the head. And so now the voice speaking to them within their head is essentially their own devil, so to speak, right? And so they've been led astray. Self-deception at its like the highest level possible. So let's just skip over here to the delays, right? Actually, no. Let's skip over here to Fated Destiny. Why is the Fated Destiny card here? Let's see what's going on with the Fated Destiny card. See, I feel like this person knows that. How do I describe this? And this is interesting because now we got the King of Swords upright with the Queen of Swords in reverse, which we'll get to that in just a second. I feel like this person, because the calling is here and Fated Destiny is here, despite the fact that that Two of Swords energy has been here and they've closed off their heart chakra and they've been in their head so much, despite all of that, it's like you can't keep God, the universe, the source of everything that is, you can't push that out because you are that thing and that thing is you. And it's like this person, no matter how hard they've tried, it's like you're still invading their thoughts. You still invade their heart. Like you're the only thing that seems to get through. You're the only thing that seems to pierce, no matter what defenses they have, no matter what type of thoughts they have. It's like, I mean, without sounding cheesy, it's kind of like it's always you. And so in their mind, that's what they're experiencing right now, essentially. You know, in their heart and their emotions, you're essentially the person or the force or the energy that's always there. Like you're essentially the thorn in their side, if you will, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of like, it's like the universe isn't going to let them walk away. The universe isn't going to let them forget you. The universe isn't going to let them forget this. It's like the universe is like, okay, you can do what you want. You have free will, but I don't care about your free will. Right? Like you can run and run and run and run, and I'm going to be on your ass the entire time. Right? It's an example I heard years ago is kind of like the whole thing about free will. This is years ago, and my beliefs were a little bit different back then. But like how free will and predestination works, right? It's like, well, imagine that there is a force that we call God or the universe, right? And, you know, that force is interacting or intervening in our lives in some way, shape, or form, right? Again, and I don't know that I subscribe to this belief exactly anymore, but the example was still good. So the analogy was, it's like if you were like hammering a nail and you missed the nail and that hammer hit your thumb, You can try to pretend that you're not in pain, that you're not hurting, right? Or, you know, if you had a nail or a tack on a chair and you sit down on that nail or that sharp tack, you can try to pretend that it's not creating discomfort. And that's the power that the universe has, right? So it's like the universe, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have to violate your free will. It's not there making you do anything. However, if you are destined for something and you're like, hey, I was destined to go over here, like my life was leading me in this direction, it was fate, it was destiny, and you're like, nah, I'm going to go over here instead. You can do that. You can go wherever you want to go. But there's a cause and effect for that. There's a consequence for that. And the pain of making that decision eventually will become bad enough to where you will eventually give in, right? It's like, okay, I can't take it anymore, right? And so that's what's happening to this person. This person is going through all this stuff to where they're finally starting to realize it's like, man, I made a mistake and this was not in my highest good. This did not turn out the way that I thought it was going to turn out. Yeah, the fate of destiny. Look, 10 of Pentacles. They know that you are their person. They know that you were the right choice, even though they made the wrong choice. And now all they've done is they've created these hurdles, these unnecessary delays and hurdles, because we get the delays at the bottom of the deck here, because they entertained, basically they entertained the devil, the shadow self. They went the other way, but they're starting to see now. You get the wisdom card, and then underneath that they have love. So it's finally kicking in now. And for some of you, this has been something for, I don't know, years, potentially. I mean, you could have been waiting for this person for years and years and years and years at this point. I really don't know. But it's going to be different for all of you. But the point, the bottom line, regardless of how long you've been waiting, let's see what the near future outcome is, and we'll close the reading out here. What is the future potential outcome? What is the future potential outcome? So yeah, so right now, they're still in this devil energy. Well, it kind of came out in reverse, but it's still on the table. So they're still dealing with it in some way, shape, or form. So they're still working through some type of addiction or this karmic relationship, whatever this situation is. They're not out of the woods yet. Okay. We have coffee cup. So they may actually, they may get the courage to actually reach out to you, and you might hear from this person. Yeah. Photograph is here. So this is like a Six of Cups energy. Like, they're reminiscing, which is to be expected, again, because we're moving into cuddle season. Like I said, the end of October, after Halloween, we officially enter cuddle season. All right. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, that's wintertime. So you have all the holidays. You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have New Year's. People don't want to be alone. And it's cold out, So all the memories, people start feeling nostalgic. They don't want to be alone for the holidays and all of that. So this person is starting to think about you. We have the runner. They know that they were the runner in this relationship. I think before, prior to this, this issue that they're having now, because I feel like this person's actually learned a lot by being in this toxic whatever situation they're in. They realize I ran from my person. So, they get it now. But in the past, I don't think that they really understood. Like, they don't have the same level of spiritual awareness that you have. Hand of Cards. So this card says, take a chance, take a risk, being strategic, options, not showing their hands. So this is like, you know, it's all of it. You know, they're going to take a risk, I feel, but they're also going to, like, they're being strategic about it. They're not just going to come in and pour out their heart to you and make, oh my God, I feel, you know, I figured it out and I realized that you and me were fated to be together, blah, blah, blah. Like, they know that you're their 10 of Pentacles, but they're not going to come in guns blazing, because it's more like a dog with its tail tucked between its leg, because they know they hurt you. They know they effed up. They know they chose wrong. They know they got themselves into a bad situation that they're still not completely out of. I mean, they're going to show up and they're going to have to basically at some point tell you the truth and be like, hey, look, like, I want to be with you, but I got some loose ends to tie up. You know, I got myself entangled in something I shouldn't have. And, you know, I still have to take care of that. And it'll be up to you if you accept this person, you know, with whatever baggage they come in with. Right? Okay. So then we have the last two cards. We have sunglasses. So yeah, this person's been watching you, stalking, trying to keep tabs on you, trying to figure out if you've completely moved on, if you're dating somebody else or whatever you've been up to. And then we have healing heart, which says healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships and addiction. So this is really crazy because we literally, it's like it's bookending. So we have addiction here. I'm going to try to show this to you guys on this camera. It's really hard to see. It may not. This is a webcam, so it's not going to auto zoom. But you can kind of see the subtitles there, right? Addiction. So look at this. And this card literally says healing from addiction at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see, right? So it's healing heart, healing from a relationship or a toxic relationship. So, you know, this is where they're at, but this is definitely where they're trying to move to. Yeah. And then at the bottom of the deck, you can't make it up. We have ascending lightning. This is like a tower moment. Something shocking, something unexpected. So, yeah. So for those of you that have been waiting to hear from a past person, you're probably going to hear from them. I'm going to put, you could like an 80% chance within the next 30 days to hear from this person. 75-80% chance you could hear from this person. Easy. I think that this 9 of Swords energy, what they're most afraid of, the one thing that I think that would hold them back the most is just the fear of how you will respond. And I don't even think for some of you, it's even the fear that you've moved on or moved into another relationship. That would be easy for them because then they would be able to let themselves off the hook. See, if you moved on and you're dating somebody and you were taken, then they'd be like, oh my God, good. They found somebody. See, and then they would let themselves off the hook because the universe has been the one who's been up their butt. Like, you're going to go back and, you know, I'm not going to leave you alone until you go talk to your person. And so, you know, they got the universe on their ass pushing them towards you. And so they're kind of hoping like, oh my God, well, maybe if they're already in a relationship, then I won't have to face up, you know, and be responsible and be held accountable for my past and the way that I hurt them and all my bad decisions and da-da-da-da-da. But I feel like most of you guys, obviously not all of you, but I think a lot of you guys are probably single or will be. And this person's going to come in and they're going to be like, oh God, like they're not with somebody, they're single. And so, you know, because the universe wouldn't bring this person back if you were with somebody else. I don't think. I could be wrong about that. But the point is, they're not going to be let off the hook. They're going to have to come in. They're going to have to confront you, confront the situation. And they're afraid of the way that you're going to handle it with them. They're afraid of the way that you're going to treat them, essentially, because they know they deserve to be punished. And that's what they're expecting. They're expecting to be punished for something they deserve to be punished for if you subscribe to that mentality, right? my advice, it's not in the cards or on the table, but my personal advice is maybe shock them with something different. Shock them with something that transcends punishment, because that's what they expect. We all expect punishment. I did wrong, I'm going to get punished, right? What if you shocked them with acceptance and radical love? And please hear me. I'm not telling you to not have boundaries. I'm not telling you to take this person back. I'm not telling you to not demand. Demand might be a strong word, but have strong boundaries in the sense of like, hey, if you're going to come and be in my life, if we're going to even have a conversation, you're going to have to be 100% honest with me. And you're going to have to tell me the truth. You're going to have to tell me the hard truth. Even the things that are super uncomfortable, right? But you can still give love. You can still love somebody without having to entangle, right? Like, because if love is conditional, if we only give love when we're going to receive it in return, that's not true love. That's prostitution. I'm giving you something and expecting something in return. That's not unconditional love. That's prostitution. It's a trade. I give to you with the expectation that you're going to give back to me, right? But to be spiritually awakened, truly spiritual awakened beings, then we have to transcend that thinking. And we have to transcend the thinking of punishment, because punishment is what creates fear. That's why people like this end up the way that they do, is because of fear and punishment, right? It's not love that makes people this way. It's fear that makes people this way. And that's, again, not me giving them a free pass in any way, shape, or form, because everybody's responsible for their thoughts, feelings, actions, behaviors. And this person is going to have to take responsibility for their thoughts, feelings, actions, behaviors. But we don't have to lower the standard of who we are based on experiences we have with people that betray themselves. This person betrayed themselves, and they betrayed you. You don't have to stoop to their level and betray yourself by being angry and all these different things, right? And I'm not saying anger is bad. I'm just saying the way that you treat this person when they come back. They're not you. They're not at the level that you're at, right? It's like expecting a 3-year-old to be a 16-year-old. They don't have that level of consciousness yet. So when this person comes back, my gentle advice is maybe just shock them with kindness. Shock them with a sense of, hey, you know what? I forgave you. Again, you're not opening your life up. You're not letting them come in. You're definitely not going back to this person just because they came back. You're just giving them a little bit of an invitation, right? Like you're opening the door a little bit and saying, hey, I'm here. I'm willing to hear you out. I'm willing to listen without the aggression, without the go fuck yourself energy or any of that stuff, right? And that person it's going to shock them, because when you don't give them what they feel they deserve, that's going to be a huge mind-blowing thing. They're like, oh my gosh, I thought when I reached out to the collective, they were going to tell me to go F myself, and they're going to, chew me a new one, blah, 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 blah. Like they're going to jump all over me. And they know they deserve it, right? That's key. This person is coming back knowing what they did, knowing they deserve to be punished, knowing the fact that you would even hear them out is a miracle in and of itself, right? So don't think that this person is coming in with an inflated ego, like, yeah, I'm going to march right back in there and, just, do whatever I want. This person is very, very wounded right now. They're coming to you after basically being kind of drugged behind the car by the universe, so to speak. I mean, this person has had their ass handed to them by the universe. And they're still dealing with it, because when Lady Justice has to get involved, because this is her job, she's the principal, right? Like you go to the principal's office back in the day when they bend you over the desk and smack you in the ass with the wooden spoon or whatever they had. That's her job. Her job in the zodiac is to basically, like, all right, you got out of line. I got to come over here and get you, whip you back into shape. So when Lady Justice shows up at your door, that's like when the roaches scatter. Like, oh shit, everyone's like running, right? Because they know that, when Lady Justice drops the hammer, that's it. Nobody gets away. Nobody escapes Lady Justice. Everybody gets their karma. And this person has certainly got theirs. So you don't have to worry about that. For those of you like, oh man, but they hurt me so bad. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Well, Lady Justice is, trust me. And you'll find out, you know, if you handle the situation correctly when this person comes back, you'll hear all about it. And you'll be sitting there, you're just sitting there listening like, oh my God. And this person's going to have some stories, and you're going to get to hear, you know, that whatever was going on in their life behind the scenes that you didn't know about, because they were in this karmic situation or they were in this karmic relationship, and their social media, they had all these happy pictures and they're out having the best time of their life, you know, all that bull crap. You're going to find out the truth from them. You're going to hear it from the horse's mouth, and they're going to come in and they're going to tell you some stuff, and you're going to be like, damn. Like, and you're going to realize they got slapped hard. And I feel like some of you guys are actually going to feel kind of sorry for them. Like, you're going to be like, man, like, you know, on one hand, like, yeah, kind of, you know, kind of nice to know, like, maybe, you know, like, we're going to be human. We're going to be honest. They got theirs too. You know, like there's that little part of all of us that kind of likes it when somebody gets what they deserve, if we're going to be honest. But then there's that part where it's like, okay, whoa, I didn't know it was that much, right? Like this person really got, you know, spanked hard by the universe. So for those of you that are wondering if this person has learned anything, if they haven't learned by now, then there's no hope, because I feel like whatever's happened to them, they got spanked hard. And whatever this situation that they might still be kind of sort of tied into, it's, you know, it's sucked the life out of them. Like this is the thing that has changed their life. Whatever this situation is that they're going through, it's changed their life. They will never be the same human being again. They will never make this mistake ever again. Like, this is a one and done. I will never, ever, 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 ever go back and make this mistake ever again. So with or without you, collective, in their life has no bearing on this. They've learned their lesson, with or without you, you know. So anyways, hopefully this resonates for some of you guys out there. If you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, my friends, love and light.